I extensively use a calendar book, and it's, you know, got hour by hour,
Yeah.
and I look at it several times a day. Okay, I got to go to this place, and I got to do this, I got to do that, and I'm going to, and I also work out either in the gym or in our 2 swimming pools that the place, our village has. So I keep in shape physically and mentally. And every day I get the newspaper, and there's a puzzle at the top of one page, and I do the whole thing. I do exercise at least 5 days a week.
Okay.
2 water aerobics, bike riding, go to the gym and work out with weights.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I do puzzles every day to keep my brain tuned also.
We have a calendar that Linda maintains.
Okay.
Things I'm responsible for and overall, and that's extremely helpful. Because if it's something important, it will be written down, particularly if it pertains to me.
Okay.
And that's excuse me, and that's extremely beneficial.
Okay. And so Linda keeps a calendar. Do you keep one as well? So you have your own?
She keeps both of the calendars, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I have no excuse for not remembering if I can read.
Yeah. So when you forget something, does she say, go look at your calendar, or does she tell you, or what happens?
She'll do both.
Okay.
She'll do both. And then I could go and look, and there it is right in front of me, and I should have looked prior. I'm trying to get myself into the habit of looking every morning or every evening, whatever. I mean, it doesn't hurt to look at it. Look at a calendar 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
The technology helps a lot. So every time, when I get up in the morning, I mean, right away when I open the computer up, I see my reminder of my medicine. So oh yeah, that kind of thing. So the technology can help a whole lot as far as that's concerned. I think keeping a calendar is very important.
Does anything help as tools to help you remember?
Well, having a calendar.
Okay. What do you write down in your calendar?
Well, I can look at it and see what day of the week it is. I mean, I wake up and sometimes I'll say, now what day of the week is this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
most people maybe know, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great system to write things down, because it's not going to disappear unless I walk off with a calendar, of course. But the answer to many questions is right there in black and white.
And then we have a new puppy we've had for maybe a month and a half, 2 months now. 2 months or so. And that's wonderful. Our dog has been demonstrated to have a very keen sense of smell, and has been demonstrated to be good in search and rescue, and as a result would be very good in later stages where wandering off, getting lost, things like that is a real problem. And so part of the training that's going on now is to teach her to be able to do that in the future when it becomes an issue and so forth. So a lot of pet is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It helps a lot. And there's lots of good evidence for that.
But we have a calendar in the kitchen, and I write down each day things that are going to happen, or so I can look at that.
And then when you find out what we're going to do, you're generally pretty pleased that we're doing things rather than not. But when we're not, you have a wonderful pastime that you're enjoying. A couple of categories. I wonder what they would be.
Painting,
Painting,
tennis,
tennis, and who's that little
or our cat.
your cat
Freddie.
and your puzzles. She spends a lot of time.
Crossword puzzles. I like doing those.
You do that a lot.
Yeah.
It's good for the brain.
Personal music has been shown to be extremely helpful, and in later stages of disease to really bring people out of, almost being unresponsive almost. You play this music for them through an iPod earphones and something like that, and they almost seem to, all of a sudden they respond as you'd never expect. The nice thing about the project that Dan has done and is still doing with musicinmemory.org is that it's personal music and it doesn't disturb anyone else. Mm-hmm. So each individual can have the music that he or she really enjoys. Mm-hmm. People who haven't gotten up out of their wheelchair start dancing. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable to see the impact of personal music from when people were younger and really into their particular kind of music, whatever it might be, and how it impacts them now and brings them alive and so forth. It's just unreal. And again, iPod, downloading the music and so forth, much less expensive than the medications and far more beneficial as therapy than the medications.
Do you find that yourself? Does music have an influence on you right now?
Definitely. Tiffany will sing to me sometimes in very stressful kind of situations, which helps me a lot, very distracting, and that does help calm me down. There's no question about that.
And again, I have a high IQ. I'm in the low range of Mensa.
Yeah.
But up there.
Yeah, up there.
And so that probably helps.
Okay.
And I have a huge vocabulary, and I'm a great gregarious person. So add all those attributes, and
I know it's my mind. What do? I do math problems, I do puzzles, I do anything to keep my mind busy. I'll try to read German, which I used to be able to, but I can't do it anymore. Okay. But I'll just do it because there's a mental exercise involved. Mm-hmm. What did I do wrong? Go back and fix it. Does it make me better? Probably not, but it makes me feel better. I did it. I beat you, you son of a gun.
And every day they made us memorize 5 new words. And they were big words and stuff like that. And so I have a huge vocabulary, and I still remember every word just about. Isn't that weird?
Probably comes in handy.
It does.
And especially with memory loss.
Sure, yeah, exactly. And in my career, I was in human resources, and I'm constantly talking with people, so it helped.
And when you can throw in one of those big
yes.
5-syllable words.
Transubstantiation. Interdigitation.
Interdigitation. Like is that this?
Yes.
What kind of things are you forgetting?
I can't remember. By the way, having a sense of humor is hugely important. Thought it'd be fun to do a stand-up act, an Alzheimer's stand-up act, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to remember the jokes.
I'm an animal person, period.
Yeah.
I've even had turkeys.
Really?
I once had a turkey that I bought to give to a friend for his 40th birthday.
Okay.
And I took that turkey and I put on a button-down collar shirt,
yeah,
a rep tie, a vest with brass buttons, and gave him as a 40th birthday present. And said, now that you're 40, don't get stuffy, you old turkey.
It was a classic. I mean, this turkey was alive, and the wings were flapping when it came out of that box, and it was quite. I was traveling, and I had no idea what Jane was doing. I got home.
If he'd been home, he would have written a clever ditty, but I don't do clever ditties, so I had to make do on my own, and so I went my way and got a turkey.
Jane, that was a highlight of creativity.
So should I ask what happened to the turkey?
The people we gave him to, I don't know. although they noticed that they had him in their downstairs garage, and they called the next morning and said, "What do you do when you have a turkey in your garage and you can smell him in your bedroom?" So I think they took him for a visit to the butcher.
How do you? You're absolutely right. Humor for caregivers and for patients. If you can hang on to that sense of humor, you're going to do so much better through this. How do you? Because especially knowing what you know, you could crawl into a dark hole of depression very easily. How do you keep your sense of humor?
Well, so first of all, I'm not going to waste any time. Second of all, I'm incredibly lucky, and I cannot say this too often, to have my wife and my family. And so I'm just not going to screw that up.
I think my wife makes it easy on me.
Okay.
I don't know, she takes the hurt out of it.
I'm getting all the help from Linda that anyone could expect to receive. I mean, she's that good. Yeah. I don't get patted on the head a couple times a day, but no, I think the caregivers for this disease are in a position to really do wonderful things for people that are.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky enough to get one of those people, you know, you could be able to still function and function well.
My caregiver is my memory.